Wee, boop, wee. Wee, doop, wee. Can we get Dotus in the shot? Is a Dotus in the shot? Hello, Dodie. How's it going, everybody? We're back with some more Wild Arms 3 into Dotus Booties. And mini cats. There were mini cats. And I am pouring a drink because I need a little bit of a drink. I just got done with some yard work. Probably not the best thing to chase yard work with, nicotine and alcohol. But oh, yeah, she did. She got pushed out of her spot. I say she got pushed out of her spot, but really she's been in that spot since pretty late last night, I want to say. I don't think I have seen her out of that spot since late last night. I worry about Lippo a lot of the times because it's extremely rare for me to see her eat or drink or poop. It happens occasionally, but it's pretty damn rare. Dotus is closest, so Dotus gets the pet pets. Oh boy, Dotus. He only needed slight coercion to get into the spot before stream. And the rest of the kitties were already here. They just been sleeping here, so that worked. You've never seen Chewy drink water? He has a fancy fountain water bowl too. We had a fancy fountain water bowl that none of the cats would use way back in the day. And I remembered that it was just yesterday. I remembered that it was stashed in one of our cabinets. And I got it out and I was like, maybe the kittens will like it. Super dirty or super dusty, right? So I cleaned it all up, filled it up, got it plugged in, and the kittens were all the fuck over it. They were like, what the fuck is this thing? Oh my god! What? We can smell the water! Let us in! Let us have the water! And the fucking motor just would not work on it. So it was just like a big dud. And I was very sad. I was very, very sad. Hey, don't have to happen. He a big boy. He a big tiny boy. But he's nowhere near as big as Dodie. He's nowhere as big as Dodie. Acha. So that window, right? That window has been... Hello? That window has been closed, like it's had that drape over it for the longest time. I never look out that window, ever. Having had the window open for like the last day and a half, I keep looking outside, and now I feel like I'm peeping all the time, because not on like neighbors or anything like that. I'm peeping on like cats in the yard. I keep taking pictures of cats pooping in my side yard out of that window now. And I'm just like, what the fuck? What has become of me? Oh, Tiny's a tall boy. Okay. I am allowed to look out my windows, but taking pictures of cats pooping out my windows is not... I don't know that that's a kosher event. Okay, we're gonna play some Wild Arms 3. Oh boy. Let me. Puzzle number 19. Holy fucking shit. That one was goddamn difficult. If you're taking pictures of your neighbors pooping, way different story. Definitely way different story. Also news on audio. Again, slowly piecing things together in my room, trying to like optimize things. I did a lot of like work on chords and stuff like that yesterday. I didn't do a lot of work today. Mostly I was trying to like do some computer software stuff today. But I have been thinking about things for the room, and I did noodle a little bit software-wise with my microphone and reposition it. I don't think it's going to be drastically better right now. but I did review things and kind of like try to figure out what the problem is, and it's absolutely just a hollowness issue. It's the fact that previously there was a lot more in the room that was dampening noise, right? And it in the previous setup, it was kind of like out in the air, so it didn't have like as much reverb to create the kind of like hollowness. Now I'm basically right up on a wall, so it's creating this kind of like deadened, hollow effect. So there's a number of different things that I'm going to try to get fixed for that. Try to adjust some of the settings on, but also actual like physical manual things that I'm going to be trying to implement over the next little bit. But for now, it's probably stuck as it is until I can get some of that stuff going. I have an idea, but one of the things that I'm hesitant to do is shove nails into this wall. Just because that's a thing I'm hesitant to do, period. But especially like this house, the walls are not like, I mean, it's not quite the, whatever the grainy, like, white stuff is. It's not paper mache, but it's pretty fucking close. I'm pretty sure if I elbowed one of these walls hard enough and I wasn't on a stud, my elbow would go through. Well, I'm trying to be cautious about things, so I'm taking things slow. I'm gonna try to hopefully go to, like, Best Buy tomorrow, and see if they have some foam, and if they do, great. If they do not, then I'm probably gonna have to go with some other options. Anyways, let's play some Wild Arms 3. We got stuff going on. The last Millennium puzzle that we did was goddamn hellacious. Which I think, honestly, personally, I think that's super fucking cool. I love that we have run into a lot of these puzzles and just first tried them. That feels good. But I also love that we ran into number 19, and number 19 was like, alright, eat shit, motherfucker. Like, fuck you dumbass. That felt great. I loved it. Especially, normally I have this feeling of, like, victory when I figure out a puzzle in a game. Because I have come to this concept of, like, understanding and achieving the solution and blah, 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 blah. I did not get that with number 19 because I could not fucking tell you how I got to the solution of the fucking puzzle. I was literally just move this. I can move this block here. I can move this block here. It doesn't feel like it's doing anything. Oh wait. Wait. So, I loved that. That was great. That's a great feeling. Which is odd, right? Like, I've been watching a lot of running the game videos again. I've been going back through the Matt Coville's Running the Game series, looking for, like, tidbits or inspiration or things like that. But it got me thinking about this concept of playing games and, like, what we value in games. And a lot of times in video games, I do feel like I just value the, being victorious, like, succeeding, like, having the power. And that's grand. That's great and all. But this was almost, I hate saying this, number 19 was almost like the Dark Souls of puzzles for me. It's because it gives you that different feeling of not punishment, but this kind of like attrition, this just being hammered over and over and over again and just ramming yourself into a thing in the hopes that you'll get it. And oftentimes, once you do, you feel the elation of, like, achieving victory, but not in, like, a necessarily, like, satisfactory way. Because sometimes you have the, oh, I got good. I've got this now. I've got all the reads. Sometimes you just barely skim by and you're like, oh god, thank you, it's over. And the number 19 was, oh god, thank you, it's over. Which I think is extremely valid and a good thing, right? Like, I feel like it's hard to communicate, right? Because there's different types of challenges and they put you in a different mental state. And challenges that you overcome by becoming better are obviously great, right? And I think probably the preferred type of challenge. But having challenges in your life where it's not necessarily a matter of getting better. Sometimes you just get lucky, and sometimes you just ram your head against the wall until it works, and sometimes you're just desperate and pleading, please let me pass. And having those types of challenges as well, I think can be good. It makes things feel different. I'm philosophical. Let's fucking move on. We're gonna do the next Millennium Puzzle. I think there's a trick to this. So, and this is a great throwback. I love this. But if you recall, Wild Arms 2. I don't know if they did this in Wild Arms 1, but if you recall Wild Arms 2, there, I guess we don't actually have to do this. We can teleport over. There is the ability to teleport in Wild Arms 2. But as you're teleporting around, and this is kind of a joke with Lilka, right? Is at the very beginning of the game, she's not very good at it. She fucks up. And so she actually teleports herself to the wrong fucking location, right? And that gets called back later on in the game when you start teleporting again. You can teleport to a random, like, out-of-the-way house accidentally. But it's important because I believe, if I remember correctly, that's where you learn, like, high magic. So, this, I don't know if this is a throwback to that concept, but it does seem as though there is something like this going on. So we're supposed to go to South Farm, apparently. To reach Puzzle 20, first obtain the Teleport Orb, which we did. Now we go to South Farm, and we're supposed to purchase a ticket for the East Highlands. Okay. And now something's supposed to happen. Okay, so we are not in the East Highlands. We are now in Sunset Peak. And there's no train... Oh, yeah, there's no train conductor here. We just got taken to a random-ass location. And this is why you have to get here this way, because Lombardia cannot land on the broken ground. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, 713. So we're pretty close on the X already. We gotta go north. Aha! Here we go. He's got sensitive toesies. Millennium Puzzle! Alright. This might be the entirety of the stream. This might be the rest of the night, y'all. If this is anything like Puzzle 19, we might be screwed. One and done? You're calling one and done? I'm not calling one, and what the fuck is... What? What? This is gonna be mind-numbing just to figure out how to, like, get things moving over here, much less the fuck-ass order of operations that I'm gonna have to do to get things here. Okay, let's do our normal counting shit. We've got one of every color over here. We've got, or one of every color over there doubled, one of every color over here doubled. So every single one of these is going to have to be very specific. Okay. How the fuck do we maneuver things? So if we drop down here, we can like push the blue over and give us a little bit of space to work with. We can push the orange up and give us a little bit of space. We could like move the green over from there and then pull the orange back out. But it basically, we have to free up this center console so that we can get a block into it and then pull and then push a block over. Okay, I feel like you can already see the closer pillar bogarting a box from getting to the further one. Absolutely. Well, yeah. I'm just gonna jump down. I feel like this is gonna be one of these of like, I'm gonna fuck it up, but I'm gonna have to start noodling around with it to even get a grasp of like what the issues are. Okay, so kind of just looking at things, we can do something like that. And like we can hide some bruises out of the way. Oh, shit. Okay, well, we've already noticed an issue. Was not paying attention. Already noticed a problem. And that problem is that blue block. That blue block is in a bad spot. But that's not terribly challenging to fix. Basically do something like this. And now, what are we looking to do? Oh, okay. Well, basically, if we do something like this, we can maneuver that on over. Big deal. Now we can pull this blue block over and do the same thing. I immediately feel like this is nowhere near as challenging as 19 was. Unless I have just missed something. Like, okay, so we're gonna have to get, oh, oh, like we can't move those. But we can move green now. Yeah, we can just move green now. That's still not a big deal. Okay, Okay. Still fine. And now, with that moved, we can push orange over and up. And we're back to being good again. Like, easy peasy. Okay! 20 was nowhere near as challenging as 19 was. Yeah, two and done. Easy peasy. Honestly, on the grand scale of things, yeah. Nineteen had me more than spooked. 19 had me shook. Like, 19 fucked me up. Alright, what do we get for our troubles? This is the final millennial puzzle. Gunstar sign. What's that? Lucky shot. Oh! Ooh! Ooh! That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I wonder, will it tell us exactly how much crit chance we get from the skill? So, personal skills, lucky shot. Okay. Yeah, better chance of increases the chance of a critical hit. Is that the same as this? Is just increases the chance of critical hit. I wonder if lucky shot is different. So I assume not. I assume it's the same skill because it says the exact same thing. Increases the chance of critical hit. It's 5, 10, 15, 20. So it's 5% additional crit per point. So 20% crit for 8 points is really good. I would say really good. That's been a while. Alright, cool. Sweet. Damn. Yeah, I feel like we have more options. I wonder, can you stack? I mean, we could experiment. We could just like save state and experiment. I wonder if you could stack, like give a character multiple instances of, like, Clive already has critical hit, right? If we put that on another Clive, like on Cosmic Cog or whatever, would Clive get 40% crit? Also, I kind of need to know what's crit actually do on the weapon again? Is that actual crit chance or is that crit damage? I think that's crit damage. Arms and upgrading. Crit stands for critical hit. Upgrading this will increase the chances of scoring critical hits with your attacks. So no, it is critical hit chance. But it doesn't really say how much it is. Like, how much... Okay, so this isn't spoilery or anything like that, because we've seen this at the Armsmiths, right? To take Virginia's arm. Virginia's arm starts at, like, 0.2 crit. What does that mean? What is 0.2 crit? Is that 20%? Like, 0.2? But if that's the case, you can upgrade her crit to 1.7. So, what is the modifier actually? And like, everyone's different. So Gallows only goes up to 1.6. Jet can go up to 1.8. Clive can go up to 1.9. Right? Like, but how much crit is that? I wonder if I can find something, let's see. Wild Arms 3. How much crit do the arms upgrades actually give? Question mark. Yeah, I get that it raises the internal modifier, but by what? More! 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 Oh! Wow, Jay, you're not gonna like this. Community consent. Oh, well, I need to turn the fucking eye off on this shit. God, I hate it. But it's here. It's popped up right now. Community consensus: because the exact math is obscure and in-game builds favor raw shot or specialized weight/bullet setups for finest arts, heavy long-term investment into crit is usually discouraged in favor of initializing or resetting stats later in the game. I.e., maybe in Wild Arms 3, crit isn't king? Question mark? IDK! Blasphemy! Blasphemy! Yeah. Okay, well. Interesting. Okay, well now what? What's going on in this place? By the way. Oh. Okay, well there's definitely something over here. Oh, there's a telepath tower. Which telepath tower is this? Might do it regardless. Which telepathy tower is this? Oh, that's number 15? No. I don't think I'll do that just yet. 15 is the last one. There are only 15 towers. Coward, yes! Ooh, the things here are big. We might get out of this area. Ooh. Migrant seal. Hello. Yeah. Oh god. Oh god. Oh shit! It's a creeping chaos. All right. Well, I mean, we know how to beat these guys. Mini carrot. Go ahead and shoot. Do a hyper. Do a status lock. And we'll actually Mystic enough times to not get fucked. Something rough there. We will refresh. We will hyper here. We will Valiant. Apparently these guys are supposedly, because of all the status effects they do, specifically because of that skill, Arc and CL, apparently it causes a boatload of status effects, and you can get a lot of experience from fighting these guys by basically getting your skill procs to proc right by immuning a bunch of status effects. There's, I think, I didn't read all of it, so I don't know specifically everything. But supposedly that's a thing. All right, permanents. Refill our drink. Casey bought me a nice bottle today. I say nice bottle. Casey understands that I appreciate cheap brandy. Because I'm just gonna mix it with something that's already very sweet. So it's basically double sweets. Okay, Gatling time. I guess just start shooting. What do I normally mix brandy with? I normally mix brandy with Dr. Pepper. And Dr. Pepper tends to be on the sweeter side with of various sodas. Especially something like cherry Dr. Pepper. So yeah, it's just sugar in liquid form, alcoholic sugar in liquid form. Oh, we should Gellicard. You weren't ever really big into whiskey or brandy, but you did like Crown? I mean, Crown. It's Crown! I feel like Crown is perfectly good. And the higher end Crown is quite good. I feel like it stands in that kind of like middle ground where sometimes it gets a bad rap because of its popularity, but it also just has a good marketing team. So it's like, well, whoops. I'm curious about, like, maybe... So maybe with Gallows, I just put Gallows as, like, full crit. You know? Or we could do a similar setup to what we do with Virginia. And just have him, like, guard up to 100 FP and then unload. I mean, that would make sense. Level up for Jet and Clive. Okay. I don't know why we're getting fucking real. Ooh. I don't know what these things are, but I'm concerned. Pocket, why? Unlucky? Well, I don't like that. Oh, wait. Wait! We're in Sunset Peak. Yeah, that guy just tried to smack me with Mint Lifesaver 100%. These guys are the guys that you can steal lucky cards from. Oh, shit. What are these other guys? Melcom and Zoned Dyke. These guys you can steal potion berries and tiny flowers. You guys can lower your XP. What the fuck? Okay, kill the Zone Dykes. Try to steal from the... Okay. Gotcha. Oh, they grabbed the shit out of us. Oh, crap. That's not what we want, but okay. Yeah. They're stealing experience from us? Surely they can't, like, de-level us. Right? Surely they can't, like, de-level us. Surely. Damn. Of course they're targeting the thing we don't want them to target. Whatever. Kinda smacked the shit out of us, though, I will say. Ow. Ow. Alright, let's... Wait, we don't have to do this. We can teleport! I'm so not used to it. I'm so not used to being able to teleport that I'm like... "Ah, we're fine, let's just walk around, we're fine. Alright, what are we doing? Let's go garden real quick. Where the fuck are we? Go garden real quick. Check on our progress. We've been doing a lot of puzzles, so I spent a lot of time, but I didn't really do like a lot of battles. So yeah, not a crazy amount, but not an insubstantial amount. That's good. We're getting there. We're totally getting there. Very nice. Alright, let's go rest, because we've kind of been smacked around. And let's take stock of what it is we're even doing. $156,000. Alright, let's take a quick look at our list. Things we got on our list. We've got the, I'm tracking the number of Ariox that we've fought. We've only fought 2 Ariox. Tracking the number of telepath towers we've done. We've done 5. Doing those in order. We have the next story beat coordinates, which is Dimroot, right? Other things that I have listed, I have in the world's footprint, there's an orange block in front of a duplicator door. Okay, and we have orange blocks in a couple of places. Also, the Ark of Destiny. Fallen Sanctuary, we got the door we can't get to that we think we need the block maker for. In theory, that's the same thing as the orange block duplicator door thing. We have noted Mimir's Well, Ice Queen, password, Emeth. We have chests. What's the fucking... we have chests that we have maybe missed. I don't know if they count as being opened because we had things like maximum potion berries, and when you open the chest and you have a maximum, and revive fruits, when you open the chest, you have maximum items, you don't get that item. I had thought that you just lose the item and the chest is opened, but apparently if you exit the room and then come back in, the chest is back and you can get the item. I don't know if that means that those chests don't count as opened or not. So, question mark there. We have the location of the Abyss, which we have, we can take off our list. We can take this off our list. I do still have the note of Metal Gods, but we can take that off our list because that is, the location of Dimroot, the Dimroot Cave. Which takes us to the Cradle of the Metal Gods, presumably. We have the chest and fortune gear, which tells us how many chests in the world are in the world and are open. We have a duplicator book case in Little Twister that we still need to do. We still have the Martina quest. And then we have listed a bunch of like memory bosses and stigmas. I don't know that the stigmas actually are anything, but there's that, right? So not a lot in the way of like notes now. We've kind of been cutting through our notes quite a bit, but if we think about, aside from story progression, what do we have going on? We have completed the Millennium Puzzles. So, other things we have going on, we have the Telepath Towers going on. We have finishing Martina's quest. We have character progression, like setup. Like, we have been stockpiling a fairly large amount of skills and shit, right? So we have a fair number of items that we could be socketing into people, but in order to do that, to feel comfortable doing that, I would kind of want to know that we're in like the concepts of a late game build, so I don't know that we want to do that yet. And the reason why I don't know that we want to do that yet is because I'm not entirely certain specifically how we want arms set up. And we're still like, we have 256,000 Gela. Gela is really only used for resting at an inn, buying train tickets and items that we no longer need, and the Armsmith, which is almost entirely the Armsmith. If you did like a calculation of how much money you're going to spend in the game, it's like probably like 98% Armsmith, right? But I just don't. I feel like I don't know how we want to set people up. Like the thing we have going on with Virginia right now feels kind of good, but also not. Like, obviously, it feels really good to shoot 10 times with the Gatling. And it does okay damage, right? Like, it's doing, like, high 200s, low 300s, so it's about 3,000 damage. But that's with her having 135 attack, right? And it's like, we know we can get that to, like, 250 by swapping over Clive's, by swapping over Fiery Rage and the other one. You wonder why 10 and not 12? Well, because I didn't put that many points into it. You got some weird ass 5 shooter. Well, we put, yeah, actually, she's got some weird ass 5 shooter. We only put enough bullets in to be 5 shots, because then we reduced the weight of the gun by 10, which, actually by more, which lets us shoot that many bullets at a time. But yeah, it does seem a little weird, right? Like, it does seem strange that presumably she has a 6-shooter, 2 6-shooters, right? So it's like, if I was designing a game and I gave a character 2 6-shooters and there was a Gatling skill in the game, I would really be trying to mold the stats so that that character could unload 6 bullets from both revolvers. Yeah, right? Like, but that's not what the stats allow. So even if we gave her 6 bullets and then put all of the points into weight, she wouldn't be able to shoot 12 shots, I don't believe. So, there's that. So, basically, I think it boils down to me not having a good understanding of what late game capabilities are. And I know, I both suspect and know that there are skills that we do not have access to. Meow. Also Ocelot. Meow. So for, like, example, if we flip through personal skills a little bit, just stat wards, blah 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 blah, whatever, not a big deal. You did defensive things, resurrection things, etc., etc. Cool, great, fantastic. We've got the elemental related personal skills that are basically like just elemental ward / or take advantage of weaknesses, right? So dark ward, earth ward, fire ward, and then things like weakness, etc., etc. Then we have attack related things, right? So we have stuff like, and this is where it gets really, like, interesting, because we don't have these yet, or we have. I'll list some of the ones we have. We have things like auto reload, potentially useful in right situations, but not build defining, right? Critical hit, very strong, but again, probably not super build defining, right? Defense null, we have the AP ammo, right? Chance to completely ignore an enemy's defense, but that's really not going to change how I designed their gun, their arm, right? And then you have shit like Attack Plus. Incrementally increases the amount of damage done with shoot, attack, or Gatling commands. damage increase is relative to level activated. So, presumably that means incrementally increases the amount of damage done with blank, means that each time you do it, it does more fucking damage? That comes from Comment Mark. We don't fucking have that, right? Find a start. Character with skill can pull off an extra powerful Gatling attack if they use Gatling with 100 FP and 0 ammo. The first 4 hits are fairly powerful, but the 5th and final one does massive damage. Comes from the Violator. We don't fucking have that, right? Necronomicon incrementally increases the amount of damage the character with this skill does with Attack Arcana. Does not have an effect on summon damage. Comes from the Necronomicon. We don't have that, right? Like, so there's a couple of these things that I feel like might actually be build defining, right? And so it's a scenario of like, I am a little worried about trying to like fully build something out because these items, and I really don't think I like this. The items are one and done. If you use one of these items to equip the skill to a Guardian, that item is gone, and that skill is on that Guardian, and if you want to remove it to put a different skill on it, you do not get the item back, right? So, it's a little concerning. It makes me hesitant to experiment, and it makes me hesitant to solidify into like a build-defined, this is what we're doing with this character, done, right? Because I'm like, well, is that what we're gonna end with? Are we gonna swap some of these fucking Guardians around? Because it would be different, right? It would be different if, and I've been thinking about this, because I've been thinking about Wild Arms 3 because I've been playing it, but also I've gotten to that point in the game where I feel like I've played enough of the game to start understanding it and critiquing it, right? It's the concept that, at this point, just look up what the best builds are, fuck it. Yeah, maybe. That might be the play. That might legitimately be the play. But, my point is I've gotten to the point to where, like, where Jay and I get with Tales games or whatever, right, where I've played enough of the game to kind of, like, have an understanding and feel like I know what's going on, and thus start critiquing things. And this system, I think, is both really cool and also kinda shit, right? And it stems from the concept of you do not have equipment for your characters, right? Like, you don't change a goddamn piece of equipment. Like, you think like Wild Arms, most other JRPGs, but think like Wild Arms 2, every character has a bunch of different skills, but then they have different gear. Like, they have a weapon gear, they have a chest, like an armor, like this is the outfit that I wear, right? They have pieces of accessories, right, that do various different things. And each of these augments the character in. The weapon is typically augmenting them in an attack scenario. The armor is typically augmenting them in a defensive scenario. The accessory is going to give them some sort of utility or specialized attack or defense. Blah, 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 blah. Right? This game doesn't have normal equipment. All of your characters have their arms, their guns, which they have had from the very beginning of the game, and you do augment those. But the equipment is not your character's equipment, it's your fucking Guardian's equipment. And the Guardians move around, which means you can't fucking guarantee that this character is going to have this piece of equipment or this skill, because that's really what it matters for. Which kind of fucking sucks, right? And I've been thinking about this. What I think the more elegant solution to this situation is that rather than giving each of the Guardians these 5 gear slots. I'm okay with the Guardians each having like their 3 passives, and that's what they come with. And so if you swap those Guardians around, those passives are going to swap around, obviously, right? That's fine. But it's the additional gear slots, and really that means 15 additional skills for the characters that I think is the issue. And so what I think it really should be is instead is each character has 15 skill slots. And when you invoke a Guardian to a character, it's basically you can go to like the character's personal skill page, right? And when you invoke a Guardian, that basically just unlocks the first 5 skill slots. And they're just there. Like, oh, you have these 5 skills. You can put in pieces of equipment. And those pieces of equipment unlock the skills that you're looking for, right? And then when you put in the next Guardian, you socket the next Guardian, right? That unlocks the next 5 skill slots for the character. Not for the Guardian, for the character. And what happens? What happens if you take that Guardian out and you move it to someone else? Oh, okay, that's fine. It doesn't delete those 5 skills. Say if you've already put 5 pieces of equipment there, it just disables them. It just says, hey, you don't have a Guardian in your second slot, meaning you don't have access to slots 6 through 10 of your skills. And what that would do is that would allow the Guardians to be swapped around kind of like freely for like, oh, in this situation, these people should have these Guardians because we want these Arcana on these people. But in this situation, we want these people to have these these Guardians because we either don't care about the Arcana or we want Arcana in different places, or we're just interested in the stat increases, right? But that means that you're not fucking around with every person's 15 skills, right? Because at a certain point in the game, all that's going to matter is you have 3 Guardians equipped, meaning you have all 15 skill slots unlocked. And it doesn't matter what Guardian you have equipped, you have socketed these pieces of equipment into those skill slots, and you're fine. Those skills are going to be... you still got to pay for them, right? Like, you still got to go to your personal skills, and you still got to pay for each of the skills that you have equipped, right? But in doing that, you don't invalidate this kind of like build identity by, oh, well, Virginia is not this build anymore because I want to swap these 2 Guardians that she's using over to Gallos instead because this boss fight, Gallos is going to be able to do XYZ, and that's more valuable than what Virginia is. You get what I'm saying, right? Like, because the equipment is locked to the Guardians in this setup, it makes it extremely restrictive and kind of punitive. Whereas, if you have the skill slots per character and just having a Guardian in said slot unlocks that group of skills, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, done. And that way you actually have build identity, and you can say, well, I want to build Virginia in this way, and obviously if I use these 3 Guardians, that's going to help the build more, but it's not required for that build to continue functioning, right? Like, I don't have specific skills that are bound to those Guardians Meaning that if I move those guardians away, obviously outside of the 3 passive skills that each guardian has, if I move those guardians away, if you're doing a build based specifically on those skills, then yeah, you're kind of like locked into the guardian in that place, right? You get what I'm saying? Like that, for me, that is a more elegant solution to this design, because right now it just feels extremely punitive. And like you were saying, right? Like at this point, just look up what the best builds are. Fuck it. And that feels bad, right? That feels bad. It feels bad to get to a point where in any game you're like, well, I feel like I don't have all the information or all of the options, and so my capabilities might be more limited than what I otherwise would be, because I'm unwilling to commit to a thing, because if I commit to a thing, I lose that for a better opportunity later. And that sucks. It's very punishing, actually. Just deleting shit like that makes players not want to interact with the system. Yeah, like, and so I will say, if you do the 15 personal skills, I'm actually okay with equipment still deleting, right? Like, in the concept that, look, if you make the commitment, if you have the 15 personal skill slots and each guardian unlocks 5 slots, and just having them equipped, it doesn't matter, you have the slots on that character and the equipment is on the character, I'm okay with the equipment at that point being one and done, like a consumable. Like, you have consumed this piece of equipment to teach this skill to this character. I'm okay with that, because then it feels like you're making the decision in a broader aspect for that character. Like, I know this is a very easy thing to show. I know Pocketbook. I want every character to have Pocketbook. Easy! Because I want every character to have a 25% chance to double my money. So I know that I want every character to have that. But I don't know which characters are going to have which guardians at any particular time. So putting it on a guardian means that I might not have that on everybody. But then again, I say this, validating this statement, right? We did just earlier have the concept of, well, what if we have double crit on someone? Can we just put multiple points into that? Yeah, fuck it. Anyways, I still think the system I've been communicating or talking about is more elegant. But let's do some science real quick. We're going to take a look here. Okay, Virginia has Gelaboost on whoever her last one is. She doesn't have it on whoever her middle one is. So middle one is Lustjaw. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna put Pocketbook onto Lustjaw. We go back. Yeah. Gelaboost only shows up one time. Is Gelaboost now removed from Moonspark? No, it's still on Moonspark. It's still on Moonspark, but it only lets you have it once. Which means, if you want that 100% chance, you have to make sure that it is on every character. And thus we go back to the issue that we had previously, right? So let me fucking load that. Because I do not want that to have happened. So, that's part of the problem. I feel like that's all to say. I think what we're gonna do now, even though even though I feel like we could do a lot of character customization right now, what we're instead going to do is we're just going to progress the story. Because I feel like I don't have all of the knowledge or options to make the final commitments that I feel like I would need to make to start using gear and start, like, actually doing things for me. So yeah. With a caveat, little pit stop. We're going to do a little pit stop. And that pit stop is we do have some money. Wait, yeah, we can do it here. We do have some money, and we have not really been spending money on arms here lately, so I do think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend these last couple points in crit for Gallows. It's pretty cheap, all things considered. And I'm going to spend the last point on damage for Clive. And I'm going to spend the last maybe 2 points? Maybe 1 point and then crit for Jet. And that's purely because we've just been sitting on the money. Now we only have 42. But I do feel like we would benefit from the increased strength as we go in, because we have been having, I don't want to say like issues, but some of the storyline fights have been a little tougher here lately. So that's just something to consider. Okay, we are going to go progress story. So the next thing we're going to is up here with Dimroot Cave. We've been using a lot more Gimmel coins, which really I shouldn't be using as frequently, because I keep saving in like towns and things like that and then immediately Gimmel coining. But "12 golden mediums resonate brightly. The power of the Guardians, unified as one, breaks the seal of the door." Yo! Could we not progress past this? This sounds like we would not even be able to progress past this point if we did not have all 12 Guardians. That is interesting. Because there was never a scenario where it was like, okay, so far you cannot progress unless you get all of the Guardians. And we've had the opportunity to get Guardians for the High Guardians, the Guardian Lords, the Final Four. We've had the opportunity to get them for a very long time. And the game has not given us any scenario of, oh, well, you can't progress past here until you have a Guardian Lord, or 2 Guardian Lords, or 3 Guardian Lords. So it's kind of interesting that all of a sudden they're like, yo, if you haven't gotten the Guardian Lords yet, go do that. Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Oh, yes! Two. Do it. Release a crest graph, which alters the property of gems or warps you to a different position. For example, you can change orange gems into orange blocks and vice versa. Card times 3. Can't carry more potion berry. Okay, well that's cool. We now have all the tools. And it warps you 2 gems. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. You cannot be too careful with her in her current form. Hold her firmly. Acquire the energy from the teardrop and supply it to the incubation plant. Deus Ex Machina. Really? You named your plant Deus Ex Machina? Okay. Commencing energy acquisition and supply process. That's my teardrop! The teardrop will distill into pure energy, which will supply the Deus Ex Machina. Then we can regain our flesh and blood. Why would you want to regain your flesh and blood? I'm confuzzled. Watch in place of your dead friends as this planet begins its transformation. We ain't dead. Afterwards, you can tell all your friends in the Netherworld about the beautifully reborn Filgaia. Fuck you, Melody. You disintegrating ass Bia. Okay. What does that do? Evil Dead. We can kill him with an Assault Tide? I'm betting nearer. The answer is nearer. You eyeing me, boy? Alright, okay, hold up. Hold up a minute. Okay, we're just gonna survive. I had the initial idea of maybe we'll kill everything, but not for that. Yay, our friends are here! I'm presuming something called Evil Dead will die to Requiem. Nice. Okay. Okay. We can Gale Crest across. Okay. Remember how I was talking just a few minutes ago about some build-defining things? That's fucking one of them! I didn't expect to find it in a random-ass chest! Okay. That is fine as starts. Increases the power of a combination attack. So that's the like thing. That's one of those like, hey, you put this on a character because this is the build for that character. Is you're gonna get to 100 FP and you're gonna have 0 fucking ammo, and then you're gonna fucking Gatling, and you're gonna basically you're gonna punch shit. This is the punch shit build, which is wild. Did not expect that we were just gonna snag that. Wait. What? Can we... We can't. We can. Hold the phone. I guess I don't actually need it to go very far. Oh, can I do that? Oh, how do I... Okay, okay, okay. Aha! Treasure! Ooh, 20,000. Okay, we'll take that. Yellow card times 2. We'll take that. Yellow coin times 3. We'll take that. Let's buy. These don't really look like lycanthropes. Alright. Okay, well, now we know. Gatling. Gatling will kill those guys. Gatling will kill the shit out of those guys. Fucking real Anzu. I know what those are. Hope. I don't know what Hope does. Guess we'll find out. Phantasmic Heart. Okay, the heart ripping thing is kind of unnecessary. Okay. Sure. Good job, Gallows. Transfer the energy to the Deus Ex Machina normal. 740 and counting until plant operation level. Preservation of nanomachines normal. Ready to defrost in accordance to plant operation. Asgard, I welcome you back. How were you able to return after being sent beyond space-time? Beyond the spiral of space-time lies a world that existed before the first humans, Neo-Sapien. Was a Filgaia covered with ocean and greenery, unlike the Filgaia of present. It was as beautiful as this gem. Gem. Fighting machine likens the planet to a gem. That I am. But I am free to speak what I feel. That world was so peaceful and tranquil and touching. It was the first time I felt a sense of love for the world. However, my duty is to protect my... Oh, Asgard! Is Asgard gonna, like, go rogue? Is Asgard developing the Fifis as AI? I devised a plan to return to the present world, and the result is history. So you cut off your power supply and traverse through time by perpetual hibernation. Quite a risky and painstakingly long plan you devised. It was the only option. I firmly believed it would work, provided my body was not disturbed during my deactivation. I admire your dedication, Golem. I'd like you to act as my shield as well. You have records of the Filgaia of old. The data is stored in my memory. Could prepare the emulator to play back a quasi-image of how this planet used to be. Is Asgard going to develop VPs and or we just and we take it and we get a better understanding of how Filgaia used to be, and then we can recreate it? Feels like options. yeah. I get it. I get it. We did it. Very nice. That works. Ah! Oh, I bit my tongue. That hurt. Migrant Seal! Adventure 7? We missed Adventure 6! Oh shit! And we've only read Adventure 2. We're kind of behind. Oh no! I should have known. I should have known. Not that big a deal. Raggy. We might have to fucking put on the damn things. We're just getting ambushed constantly. So, okay, hold on. Let's look that up. What exactly do those do? Guardian? So, Zephyr, that one, does non-elemental magic damage to all enemies. Is there anything... Nothing to give us very specifics here. Like the Justine attack, for example, it says kills all enemies instantly if it hits. More FP equals higher probability, but it doesn't say is it 100 FP is 100% chance or like what? No. I feel like Lucky Hand is so fucking wild. Chapapunga. Alright. We keep going. Who sneezed? Buggy, you sneezing? Buggy, you sneeze? Look at that dude. Can't do this. Can't do this. Hey, sleepy little boy. Look at that sleepy boy. You sleepy deepy boy. Okay. That's pretty cool. Asgard speaks the truth. Yes, I cannot believe how beautiful this unsightly planet once was. This sample data is amazing. I can study the planet's life structure from it. With this, I can probably... What is it? Someone has broken into the cradle. We have an intruder, it seems. My wish is to transform this planet into a giant life-form conglomerate. It shall act as an interstellar ship as well as an ecosystem to breed and raise demons. I shall call it Starship Filgaia. With this, I shall head to new frontiers and quench my thirst for battle. Find the intruders and eliminate them. Leave no stone unturned. Okay, so... I find this interesting. Okay, normally I am not a huge proponent of redemption arcs. But that's typically because a lot of the times the games that try to do redemption arcs are trying to redeem bad guys that are complete fucking shitbags, and they're just doing it because, oh, well, happy ending, everybody, blah, blah. And it fucking sucks, and it pisses me off. Like, it's okay for bad guys to be bad guys. You do not have to redemption arc every fucking bad guy in existence. However, there can be moments where doing a redemption arc actually feels good. And specifically, I'm not saying that this is gonna happen, but I feel like there's, like, threads there. Like, Melody and Malik. Melody to a lesser extent. Malik, specifically. And Asgard, right? Are interesting in their dialogue here. Talking about how... Like, Melody talking about how beautiful the world once was. And Asgard talking about how it was the only time he felt a true love for the world. And Malik, not necessarily remarking on the beauty, but remarking on the scientific information there, right? Like the potential there. Because Malik has a real goal. Melody has a motive, but I don't necessarily know that she has a goal. But it could be interesting to have these, like, redemption moments for Asgard, who's just a machine. He's just programmed, right? So, is he really a bad guy? Or is it the fact that Lee Halt is a piece of shit and programmed him to do these bad things? It would be interesting if Asgard had a redemption moment, right? Melody has been an insufferable cunt for the majority of the game. But it would be interesting for her to have a redemption moment after having seen how beautiful the world once was and realizing how twisted the direction that the prophets have taken it is and how worse it's going to be with Siegfried, right? Because her thing is like this ultimate beauty, this wanting to personify the ultimate beauty. And if she had this moment where she was like, oh, fuck, I was wrong. Because I was making decisions based off of the world that I had seen, the destroyed, decaying world. And thinking that, well, the only way to make it better is by going this direction. But I picked the wrong direction. We were supposed to go back, right? I fucked up. And it would be cool to have her have that kind of like redemption moment. And Malik, it would be interesting to have him have that redemption moment where it's like, all I wanted was to give my mother a second chance, and I thought that it had to be through this path. And maybe there's an option for it to be through a different path, or maybe it's a realization of like, seeing this versus seeing this. I think my mother would prefer the past, real, natural Filgaia versus this abomination that I'm moving towards. Those would all be interesting perspectives. Fuck Leehalt. Leehalt's an asshole with no redeeming qualities so far as we have seen, and I don't really want them to put redeeming qualities on him. But it would be an interesting scenario for the other prophets in Asgard to have these kind of like redemption moments juxtaposed to Siegfried's concept of, especially against Siegfried's concept of like, all of the prophets were doing this for a reason, for the planet, right? Whatever their justifications, whatever their reasonings. But Siegfried just kind of wants to hijack that. He doesn't actually care about Filgaia outside of what Filgaia can provide in creating more demons and giving him a vehicle to sate his desire for bloodlust. Right? Like I think that's an interesting concept. Find the intruders and eliminate them. Leave no stone unturned. You gonna take Maya with you there, buddy? Oh, okay. Oh, oh, oh. Hmm. Now we pick this up. Then we haven't boomeranged in a while. Ah! Falling off my kryptonite. Oh god. Falling off of things is absolutely my kryptonite in this fucking game. Okay. There we go. Nice. Very good. A jewel thief must also use wits instead of relying on speed. Okay, I'm gonna assume what it wants us to do is it wants us to get all of the jewels. And trying to run around and grab all of the jewels is not going to work. So what we do instead is... I don't know if we'll have to, like, make 4 blocks and put them right together. I'm gonna try to do this instead. I'm gonna try to... Oh! Okay, hold up. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to... We're gonna have to 4 of them. Alright. That's fine. Got it. Got it! Easy peasy. They definitely know we're here. No, if they did, I reckon there would be pursuers, but that does not seem to be the case. Perhaps it's Alfred and company? Either way, we better get moving. No turning back now. Run for the gate. Hey, wait! Ah! Whatever. What's the holdup? Gallows, what's going on? Buddy? Mama! This time for sure, I will perfect life by reproducing memory. Using the original data of Filgaia, I should be able to... You won't be able to get your mother's... Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is... Alright, I gotta pee. Righteous indignation. Don't... Are you charactering me in the last, like, fucking minute? Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck? What the fuck? Alright, I gotta pee. Enjoy some cats. Enjoy these cats while I go pee. Rather than a BRB screen, we're gonna cat. Oh, he still got Vicky. Vicky. Aww. And the oolong. Obvious course, my man. And the Dodis. We still got the Dodie boat. Got it away, so yeah. Ow! You bite me. You bite me. There's also a Jasmine back here, but you can't really see her. I need like a camera up here that like shows from above, but man, I can't have 17 cameras, y'all. I just can't. They ran off Tiny. I think they ran off Buggy. I think you're confusing Buggy for Tiny. They won't be able to get your mother's memories back with that. Oh, right! Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? You want to get your mother's memory back, right? Who the fuck? Teleporting ass! What do you think your... There, your mother's memory should return soon. Once she regains her memory, she'll hold you gently and lovingly, just like before. That's my question! Oh. Shit, sorry. Issue with having new scenes? This is the thing that I had to do way back in the stream early days when we were doing D&D for the first times. It's remembering to switch fucking scenes. Also, hello, duties. Hello, duties. At least I read all of the dialogue that was happening. Hello, duties. You're a dirty bird. A dirty bird. Hello, dirty bird. Would you like a treat? Would you like a little Dodie treat? I think you would like a little Dodie treat. I bet you would like a little. Buddy, you want a little Dodie treat? Oh. Gotta come over here. Yeah, come over here. Come over here. This is the treat area. I don't give treats to boys who sit in my lap. Not true. That's not true at all. Come on. Aw, there we go. We get a Dodis butt. Dodis butt. Dodis butt, and Dodis got his treat. One treat, Biggie. 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 Tiny baby. One treat. Tiny baby. You haven't been as big into treats here lately as you used. Tiny baby used to be so into treats. Hello, Dodis. Hello. Oh. Let's fix our camera. Sometimes it doesn't want to, like, go. Okay. Mother clone? I gotta... Interesting. Malik? Is that you, Malik? Answer me, Malik. Hi, everyone. Bicky. Was that you who triggered the alarm? Watch your tongue. We're the best of the best. Also, yes. In any case, they were aware of intruders and have been put on alert. I do not think it would be wise for us to move about cautiously and discreetly. What? So you're thinking about booking on out of here then. What? Okay. That's what I was thinking, Jay. That's what I was sitting here as like, is there any correlation between like is there any indication that we have been given that would indicate that that model is an homage to Zero Suit Samus? Let us split up. We both have different styles of teamwork and procedure. You're right. It's better than moving as a big group anyway. Let's engage the enemy from both directions. Oh. Nice little heal spot. That's cool. Or two. Low. Let's try to do it in time. Sekhmet. As Zero Suit Samus wasn't a thing yet, considering this game came out 2 years before Metroid Zero Mission, it would be kind of impossible. Interesting, okay. So that's the Metroid Zero Mission is the first example of Zero Suit Samus. In 2004. This game came out in 2002? What? Fucking wow. Man, I play some old-ass fucking games sometimes, y'all. Okay. Easy E. Oh, there. Oldest game you streamed was Rescue Rangers. Yikes. Yikes. Big yike. All right, Oze. Oh. Well, shit, I feel like I just read something that I wasn't supposed to read, but, you know, sometimes it happens. Oh, it's so cool. I didn't realize that. All right, I want to do this because I want to show this off, but we're gonna fight this boss. We're gonna fight. Obviously, we're gonna fight this boss. I prefer Saput. What you got? Wait, well, okay. Well, that was a strange face. That was a face. That was a look. Okay. I did not play Crystal Kingdom Dizzy. You played Crystal Kingdom Dizzy. I was just an audience member for that. Oh, streamed it. Okay, that's fair. That's true. You are correct. You did say that. Okay. Let's fight this motherfucker. Okay. Hold that thought. Presumably... Let's try to pickpocket it. Huh? You got some Taco Bell. Nice. Thank you. Oh, so salty. So wonderfully salty. The Mappa got me a Taco Bell box. You all now have to suffer through me having Taco Bell. Please send your, send any complaints to the Mappa. I promise she'll totally read them. Oh shit, I was not paying attention to anything that happened on that fucking turn. Did we analyze him? We did analyze him, but I was not paying attention to what happened. Okay, I guess fucking repeat the turn. Not fully repeat the turn. Shh, Biggie, you're such a bitch. Oh, we stole a mini carrot. Nice. Hey. Hey. See if we can angle slightly. Bicky Burrito. You're on camera, Bicky Burrito. You better be being good. You better not be trying to get my Taco Bell. Bicky Burrito is definitely trying to get my Taco Bell. Bicky, would you like a little bit of cheese dip? A little bit of cheese dip? You want, fuck, I wasn't paying attention again. God, why am I so bad at this? I'm distracted. Okay, that wasn't good. Okay, we're gonna analyze again. We'll try Devastate instead. We'll try Inspiring him. We're gonna Permanence. Do you want a taco? A picky taco? Alright, no weaknesses. That little, like, lip lick gets me every time. No? Oh, no. Get this. Get this. Right? It's Taco Bell, right? It's just meat and cheese. It's no vegetables. She Taco Bell'd us with just meat and cheese. Because that was my... Initially, I was like, wait, Taco Bell? And then I opened it, and it's all just meat and cheese. Which is hilarious. Oh! Oh, I hit the button. So yeah, that's kind of fun. Okay, well... I guess we kind of just start... doing various things? I don't know. Sticky burrito. That help? He's decided it is time to transfer. Goodbye, Vicky. Well, excuse you, sir. That's not the kitty area. Attack just because he needs to build some FP. Holla! Holla, 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 holla! Oh, go on. That boy! That's a bad Mickey boy! Okay. Okay. I'm gonna say if I wasn't a little tipsy, I would have thought about that. It's a slime. It's a slime, so if you hit it with freeze, it's gonna solidify. Poems work, right? That's cool. Did not think it would turn into a cat, though. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and lucky card us. Alright, what's this? This is a cheese. It's all just meat and cheese. Whoa. Can I help you? This fuck ass. You can't drink. You're not old enough to drink. This motherfucking cat. Hey, Vicky. You're showing whole on stream. You're showing whole on stream. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, he doesn't stay like that. Okay. All right, that's interesting. You gotta keep applying the. Okay. All right. It was actually fairly weak, but had some interesting mechanics. That's fun. Okay, so what I found while looking up whether or not this guy has anything to steal, which the game did not tell me he does, or the guide did not tell me he does, but he did actually have something to steal. What's that? And I think this is interesting to show. Two things I think are interesting enough to show off. Is one, you can destroy the spotlights by grappling hooking them, which is cool. That's quite neat. Like, because I did not even think of that at all. That is very neat. I like that quite a bit. And the other thing that it mentioned is that this is actually a great place because of this healing thing. This is a great place to farm MTC and some items because... Oh. What's these motherfuckers? Because you can just summon. Summon, refill, summon, refill, summon, refill, rinse, repeat. Which I think is neat. So we might do this a few times. Not probably a lot. I'm not super interested in like grinding crazy. It's not here. I mean, that kind of worked. That's so fucking anime. My god, that's so anime. Last time the Ariox were worth 8 and 8. This time they're worth 12.24. Interesting. Very interesting. Goddamn Chupapunga. Bum. Sweet. I do think it's kind of wild, again, that this motherfucker rips out their heart and slams it into the ground to fucking kill enemies. Like, really? Okay, this is something I want to try. That should be fun. I want to try that just to see if we can get some MTC on Jet, even though I don't necessarily know that we care about getting MTC on Jet, truth be told. But surely that's got to be better. Yes, but not good enough. Maybe this will get some kills. I feel like these guys don't have as much HP. One kill. Pickpocket. Could get something good. Might not, but we'll see. Growth egg! Really? Interesting! Well, hell! That's what we're trying to do right now! It's kinda wild! I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Pretty decent. Yeah. Hell yeah. And just steal fucking growth eggs. I mean... we should not do this. We should not use these growth eggs. We should not use these growth eggs. Because every time the level increases, it increases how much it takes to scale them. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that until we're ready. No. It's not that we're never gonna use them. We're just not gonna use them until we're done farming. I think I'm going to change what I'm doing with Jet, though. I'm going to swap Justine on Jet. Because Jet doesn't have the magic to be able to kill anything. So, instead we put Justine on Jet. Justine has the chance to insta-kill things. So we do that, and that gives Jet the chance to slowly but surely grow. Right? Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Oh. Although, when we run into these guys, it's absolutely just worth trying to pickpocket instead. Because if we successfully pickpocket, it's a guaranteed growth egg. Cheese! Cheese! I got cheesed. I have been cheesed! Oh wait, these guys, right? I should look both up. Vapor Blast for one guy. Hell yeah. Damn. Okay, these are segments. Question mark? Oceanberry and question mark? Oh, alright. Well, that's not very helpful. Did I just close? Oh. Whoops. Okay, well. They're weak to wind and ice. Not paying attention. I need to pay attention. God damn it. Alright, is there... I need to check the settings and see if there's a way to skip the animations. Because they're cool and all, but we've seen them a lot. Okay, settings. Battle speed, battle command, cursor, screen, screensaver, near. But there's turbo. We can do that. And we can also battle command fixed. Wait. Fixed versus cursor memory. Let's see. What do these settings actually change? Okay, well, we kept memory there. Hold on. So, Haboran. Notably, this is interesting about walkthroughs. This walkthrough does not point out that you can... it points out that you can farm at this location very easily using summons. It does not point out that you can steal growth eggs from these motherfuckers in order to get more summons. Oh, that's interesting. It does point out you can get ice rings from the Fluorides, which is cool. Okay, I can see that Turbo has sped things up, but I wouldn't really call it, like, super fast. Up, 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 up. Now. Da 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 da. Fucking pickpocket sucks. Huh? Material count up on 5, nice. It hates us. It really does. It wants us to suffer. To suffer as it has suffered. Yike. Earth Ring. Hold up, that's kind of interesting. Is that our first Earth? That is. Adds personal skill that nullifies Earth attacks. Okay. We have even more reason to farm these guys then. If we can get rings out of this. Oh, I didn't need to. That's kind of big. Because here's the... So, I've been thinking about it since my earlier kind of like rant, my earlier tirade. The alternative to the issue of the whole, like, equipment thing, you know, losing the item is... Well... If you can farm the items, and you can have, like, 20 plus of those items, then does it really matter if you lose them when you swap things? Just don't swap willy-nilly, just only swap when you really have to, and then you just replace the skills. Now, granted, I still don't think that's preferable, but at least there is some sort of answer there. You know? Got another Earth Ring. Okay. That's kind of big. Being able to get some rings out of these fuckers is pretty big. The growth eggs, also cool. But the rings might be kind of a big deal. Hero count up. Do Terra Roar instead, because these guys are immune. And these guys are supposed to get ice rings, so... I really want those growth eggs. I wonder how many... What's the maximum you can get your MTC to? Is there a maximum? Can you get to 999? 999. Can you get to 99? I would assume 99 is the maximum. Maybe 10 is the maximum, though. Ice ring. Alright. Okay. Okay. This is kinda worthwhile. Like even the experience is bad. I might actually I might call the stream for a little bit longer, but I might end up calling the stream without progressing this dungeon, just in order to, like, stay here and do some legitimate grinding. Because we've been thinking about grinding anyways, and we're kind of getting decent stuff out of this. And having... It's so rare to have a heal location in a dungeon. Actually, I don't... Has there been any other location where we have had a heal spot? I don't think there has been. I legitimately don't think there has been. Which is kind of wild. The ice ring, and presumably, we didn't check, but ice rings presumably, like earth rings, are... Yeah, nullifies ice attacks. That's pretty big. I wonder if we can get fire rings out of the fire guys. We haven't gotten any yet, but that doesn't mean that it's not possible. Could be a low chance. Um, so I'm actually gonna do. I'm gonna do the Justine. We should be trying to. We should be using what we have with Jet to try to up what we can with Jet, and then when we're out of it, because we only have 2 casts, right? Then we can switch to Puck. Ooh. Dangerous. Scary, scary. Um. Got 4 on that one. That's pretty good. Oh, we should use the other one. Because it's back on Gallows. That one does more damage. The non-elemental one. See, this is a thing that I do kind of like wish. I feel like we haven't gotten in comparison from, again, kind of critiquing the game. In Wild Arms 2, you have magic that you get from Lilka. And then, so you don't have magic on everyone. You just have it on specific characters. But Lilka is the mage. And then partway through the game, you get the chance. You have to go through the game picking the magic spells you want to learn on crests. And then, Fire Ring. Fuck yeah. Partway through the game, you get access to High Crests, or Seals, maybe? I think it's High Crests. Which let you learn High Magic. Which is cool, because all of a sudden you've been going through the game, learning all these spells, and some of the times they're really, really good, but then even then they start to fall off. And then all of a sudden you get access to High Magic, and it's like, oh, hell yeah. Fucking... She's gotten a boost, which is really neat. In this game, like I will say it is different in that the spells are kind of scaling with you, and you do get more spells later on, but it doesn't feel as good because it kind of feels like you how do I say this? It doesn't feel like you're progressing in the same manner. It feels very static. I kind of wish when you got the Guardian Lords and you defeat a Guardian Lord, you get that Guardian Lord, and it upgrades 2 other Guardians, 2 other mediums, right? It gives you stat boosts, but I kind of wish it also upgraded the Arcanas that you had. or unlock a second set of Arcanas. Either of those things would be pretty cool. Unfortunately, it does not, so there is that. There's that! Oh, I should use my Gatlas. When I run out of MTC like this, I should use my Gatlas. These guys actually do damage. They do actually chunk us a little bit. Tokitas. Hey! I saw that earlier, but I did not notice the name of it. It's kind of fun. Let's Gatling, shoot, pickpocket, Gatling. Oh, damn. Okay, with the ability to get, we've seen, we can get Earth Rings, Ice Rings, and Fire Rings from these guys, which is just nice. Not like game-defining, but nice. But we can also very rarely steal growth eggs from the red guys, and that feels pretty fucking big. Also, there is a heal spot right here, and it's not the greatest experience, but it is kind of free experience. So I think I'm going to... I think I'm going to Gimmel Coin onto a third save. And I think I'm gonna do some grinding here. So I think I'm gonna probably turn on turbo in the settings. I'm probably just gonna do some additional grinding here, and we'll kind of try to like take, not a screenshot, but you know, we can see we're at 4 and 4 on Clive and Virginia. We're at 2 on Jet. We're at 5 MTC on Gallows. 52, 51, 53, 51, right? Turbo on my stock PS2. Absolutely. That's what we're talking about. Totally. And we have, what is it? 8 growth eggs, 2 earth rings, 2 ice rings, and 1 fire ring. I'm not going to keep track of things specifically, but I think the plan is we might just grind here for a little bit, with the intent being to try to like boost our MTCs and get some growth eggs, and then miscellaneously get some rings and some experience and money. So that's going to be the plan, I think. So that's going to be it for this session. It is Thursday. Tomorrow would normally be Friday multiplayer, Drunk Friday scenario, but Mitch, it's a wonderful, it's a birthday moment, so Mitch is not going to be around tomorrow. So we're going to be moving our Pal World stream to Sunday, and I will be back tomorrow, probably just more Wild Arms 3. So that's the plan, and then Jay and I will be starting a new game. We've beaten Tales of the Abyss. We'll be starting a new game on Saturday. I say that I might try to see if I can convince Jay, who is in stream right now, I might try to see if I can convince Jay to start the new game tomorrow and then just do a second session on Saturday. We'll see. I don't know. Up in the air. So that's it for tonight's session. Thanks for hanging out. We will see you next time. Say goodbye to the kitties! Kitties! I got all these sleepy kitties. There's the Bicky back here. There's a Jazzy back here. There's a Mom up here. I got these kitties. Goodbye, kitties. Goodbye. Bye, everybody.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.